Hello, this is John with John Reviews It. Today I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough of how to hook up your audio components all together. Today in front of you, you can see I have my Marantz AV preamp and I have my Emotiva XPA2 2-channel amplifier. That was recently shown on a previous video where I had purchased it off Facebook Marketplace. Feel free to check out that video if you're interested on how that turned out. Also, at some point, I will provide a review of it once I get to enjoy it. So, today I am going to start by showing you how to connect the amp to the preamp. Let's get into this. First cable we're going to go over is the mono 12-volt trigger cable. So we're going to get a little closer here. So as you can see on the back of the amp in the top left corner, there is a trigger input slot. So you're going to plug one end into that slot. Then you will come over here to the preamp. You'll look for one that says DC out, that says DC 12 volt. That is the trigger for the Marantz. We can put that in slot number 1. The next cables we're going to focus on are going to be these XLR ports right here. So when it comes to XLR cables, you can buy many brands. In this case, these are my Shinyata Research Delta V1s. So I'm going to use these to go from my preamp to my amp. As you can see, you have two ends, a male end, female end. Female end goes to the preamp, male end goes to the amplifier as follows. Plug right in, and then what you'll want to do is make sure that the left channel is going to go to the left channel on the back of the amplifier. In this case, this is the left channel. And this one here will be the right channel. And as you can see, they snap right into place. On some 2-channel or even home theater receivers, you have pre-outs for subwoofers. In the case of this one, it has RCA, but it also has, if you can kind of see it down at the bottom here, you do have 2 subwoofers right here in the middle underneath the 2 front channels. So if you have a subwoofer capable of being plugged in XLR, you can definitely run XLR cables. If you don't, you do have RCAs, and you would just simply plug in one RCA end like this to one of the pre-outs and the other to the subwoofer. Same goes with the XLR. Female side in, male side to your sub. Something else you can take note, if you have devices such as CD players, phonographs, older DVD players, maybe even older, cable or satellite boxes, they may have RCA outputs. You can definitely get a RCA cable that has 2 ends like this, one going from there to the device, and then you just put in the appropriate slot that it belongs to. Another way some devices such as Blu-ray, DVD, satellite boxes, or even cable boxes nowadays, they come with optical, or as some people call it, Toslink cables, and those can be plugged in right up here, and some even use digital coax, which are right next to it, and all you would do is just plug one end to your device, the other end to the player sending the signal. So the next device I'm going to plug into the back of my unit is from my PlayStation. Now, since I don't have a PlayStation 5 and this is a little bit older one, I can either opt to go with Blu-ray or the game slot, since this player does also do Blu-ray. So for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and just use the game slot since it's actually a game system. And it just simply plugs in there. And I will also point out on that AudioQuest cable, it is directional, so make sure you're following the arrows in and out. So before I hook this up to my TV with the ARC connection, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm talking about as far as the HDMI cable. Goes out, goes into the TV. ARC. And we're going to follow this up to my back of my TV. As you can see, my number 3 port here actually is the ARC. So you want to make sure this is turned correctly. Plug it right in. Simple as that. The next items I'm plugging in are going to be my speaker cables. And you can see an unboxing video of these Sunyata Research speaker cables. One thing I will point out with their cables, they are directional, so they do have little arrows that tell you these go out from the amp, these go to the speakers. So I'm going to connect one side, then I'll connect the other side. I'll quick pause, then I'm going to swing this TV stand around, and then we're going to plug in the speakers. And in this situation, since one is red and one is black, obviously red to red, white to black. And just like that, that's how you screw one in. One other little footnote I will point out while you're in the back behind your entertainment center, TV stand, etc. If you don't think you're going to have room to reach your power cables, make sure you get those plugged into a surge protector before you slide everything into place.